live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the graduation party tonight of Class 1 Get Seen, Get Paid students who you see live on air right now. All right, so we're going to talk to everybody here about entrepreneurship, the highs, the lows, you know, getting up when you really don't want to do anything, like how you get through those tough times, how you even get yourself to start, right? Because sometimes that is the hardest part sometimes. And we're also going to talk about Get Seen, Get Paid, and you know how that has contributed or helped in you know, getting yourself seen, your brand, and etc., and then any successes you've had. So I'm going to just ask you guys questions and we'll just go from there. Does that sound good? All right, cool. So Shweta, I know you have to hop off in a few minutes, so why don't we start off with you? I know that you've been working with me as a private client for a couple years, right? So we were kind of debating, is it a good idea for you to take Get Seen, Get Paid, or do you already know all this stuff, or kind of where we are? And we decided, I think it's a good idea for you to get into the program, and there's a couple things that I felt that, you know, that you would be able to benefit from. So why don't we start with first what you do, and then we'll move into you going to the program.
Okay, great. My name is Sweta Iyer. I'm an energy healer, and I primarily focus on chakras. So my mission in life is to make things more so that you can understand them, things that you feel, but you can't see. So I put the wording around your experiences, right? So it takes away a lot of that mystery of why you're feeling how you're feeling, what is going on, and I work on the energy body. One thing I will say about the Get Seen, Get Paid course is, first of all, I love the name. And as a spiritual entrepreneur or a healer, you know, you don't want to get seen, but you want to get paid. It's a very interesting paradox, right?
That's
and then you start to realize.
That's a good point. You just want the money. You want to be able to do your business.
Right. You want to sort of stay hidden, because as healers, as spiritual entrepreneurs, you know, your work is to be of service and to be healers, and to be out there can really affect you. So I think there's just an intuitive sense you don't want to do that, but you gotta get paid, right? So the course didn't say get unseen, it said get seen, get paid. So I was at a very interesting point because I had just moved from Maryland, where I was sort of committed to my practice and sort of not. I mean, I think it's just, I'm making these very honest confessions nowadays, but you know, I wasn't sure how to get the business to the point where I want to. And one of the things that Aditi has introduced me is to the mysterious, uncertain, scary world of online business. And actually, it's like Alice in Wonderland, right? Now, I was Alice, and the online world was Wonderland for me. So you started hearing all these things. I was even thinking yesterday, I was like, I'm so glad that there's this online world. It's really changed my life in a way, right? And so Aditi happened to be the guide in this Wonderland. And she's like, so, you know, if any of you are trying to get on to this sort of journey of being in Wonderland, you know, and you feel like Alice, that's great. Aditi is she's awesome to take you through that, okay? Because one, she's very patient. Two, she doesn't make you feel idiotic. Three, you're just like, okay, I can do this. And this is very important. As a spiritual entrepreneur, you're going to feel sensitive, okay? You're going to feel silly. You're going to feel like, what the hell? But you didn't go to school for online marketing. So this is very important. The other thing I want to add is everything that Aditi has sort of helped me with or supported me with has really come from a place of advancing my business, okay? Second, the getting seen part is a lot to do with your own discomfort of your gift and how to showcase it. You understand? It has nothing to do with actually getting seen, or let's keep the getting paid part. We want to all get paid. But it has nothing to do with your discomfort. So one of the things that Aditi does is she works through your visibility fears, okay? Which is that you are going to have fears of being seen. Are you going to look ridiculous? Is your gift real? Is your gift not real? You're meeting strangers. So I'm just going to give you guys 3 things that we did in doing the course that was really helpful. One, we came up with a mission statement. We really tightened it up, because before that I was like, I'm an energy healer. I'm cool. You'll be cool. And like, let's do this work. And you know, energy healing is great. No one understands that. Why would you want to work with me, right? So we came up with the mission statement. It's very clear, very simple. As we said, I believe it was my mission in life is to help guide people leading situations with an empowered mindset. It was something similar to that. I'm very, you can read it. I don't have it right on top of my head. But it was basically that I like people to feel confident whatever life situation they have, right? That's my passion because I can handle any situation. When I say that, I use that in everything now, right? I've been in summits, I'm doing different blabs, I'm part of a lot of different things. And I always just copy paste. I know that sounds so crazy, but I literally copy paste. So get seen, get paid, reduce the time that I spend in coming up with things for my pitches or the prompts or whatever it is. So that has been a huge help for me. Then the next thing it did is she encouraged me to get on Periscope. But it wasn't just getting on Periscope, it was to record a video or how do you even speak to your audience and don't waste time talking about your hair or what you ate, because that's not what I do. That's what's going to do. She can get into that, right? I will mention, okay, I'm going vegan, this is good for me, but I always go back to energy. So that's another thing that I really like with Aditi's Get Seen Get Paid is that she keeps it consistent. Your message has to be consistent with your brand, okay? If your message is not consistent, then people are not going to come to you. And she uses a very good example. She says, if you speak to your clients in Chinese and they only understand English, you're not going to get anybody who's going to work with you because they don't understand Chinese, right? So speak to them in their language. This is all very important. You can have all the gifts you want, but if Steve Jobs didn't find a way to communicate to us that Apple was this incredible product, I don't know how many of us would actually go towards Apple, right? So you have to find a way to speak your message. So that's the second thing. The third thing, the very practical application, is that my Periscope followers, I'm close to 500 now, which is phenomenal. And by the way, it has taken me a lot of fucking hard work. So this is not just, oh, cool, you have 500 followers. If anyone says that, I'll smack you, because that is not. I scope every day. I work very hard. Same thing with my Twitter. It keeps growing. My blab, I think I have about 80 followers, which is really cool. I also blab like a crazy person. I'm blabbing all the time. So, but here's the thing, right? Aditi introduced me to Periscope. She introduced me to blab. She introduced me to this. And I'm very proud to have her as my marketing strategist because she has this intuitive ability to tell you where your gifts should be shown, okay? So there are things I will tell her. I'll be like, okay, so for example, I will just get on, I'll be like, okay, so I'm gonna do this, right? Like, so for example, I'm gonna do Instagram. She'll be like, okay, why don't we focus on Periscope and you keep scoping because that's where you get mostly your audience. I have gotten clients through Periscope, okay? Periscope is free, you don't have to pay anything. You just start to get an audience. And the last thing that I did add because of Aditi's Get Seen Get Paid was live readings. So I do something called live readings, and that has grown my audience tremendously because they're very powerful. So you see, nothing has taken me away from being an energy healer. I'm not a marketing strategist. You come and ask me for marketing strategy, I'm going to forward you to Aditi. So you're just wasting your time by coming and asking me what's going to work for marketing. I can tell you how to get your energy aligned to get the best audience for you, but I'm not going to be teaching you marketing. Okay, so it's very important. You're not becoming a marketing specialist. You're just really getting good with what your gift is on how to market it. So Get Seen, Get Paid is absolutely a course you want to join because she breaks things down. And there's another thing that she's going to talk about, but I just want to mention it. If you are part of Get Seen, Get Paid, you get to be part of the mastermind, which I think is so brilliant because then you have access to Aditi on an individual basis. So that's one of the ways that I think, I have not seen that with other courses. You don't get to be in a mastermind with the creator of the course. So I like that a lot. So really, will you lose anything by doing Get Seen, Get Paid? Yeah, you will lose your stress. You will lose all the time you put into coming up with different things that you need to come up with. I think my mission statement is great. I have it now. I don't need to look at it. It's done. Maybe in a year's time, we can go through it again, but you will lose a lot of stress and worry. So you just have to remember, she's great. Aditi is really, I'm very resistant. If you are resistant, don't worry about it. She's great. She'll work with you. And as I tell her, no one is as resistant as me and as stubborn as me. So really, Get Seen, Get Paid, you're learning to get seen, and then you will get paid, okay? There are people who are waiting to hear from you who have no idea. Like I have Gemma Kelly on this, and Gemma, you can put down your name. He literally found me through my live reading, and he has really benefited by all the stuff I've talked about. This happened because I started doing live readings on Periscope as a direct result of working with Aditi, right? So just imagine, I get to have about 100 people on my live readings, okay? I did a blab, I had about 100 people. Now, am I boasting about the numbers? You're damn right I'm boasting about the numbers, because these numbers are a lot of hard work, a lot of strategy, but it's worth it. You know, you're not working with a strategist that's not going to show you the numbers. My numbers are there. You can look up on all my handles. I have a good following. Is it growing? Absolutely. So, yeah, I think that's, I mean, I don't even know what else to say. Yeah, Dana, I think.
So you feel like getting seen has helped you to get paid?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I got my course, my last course I had, somebody who joined me from Periscope had never worked with me, which was really interesting, right? Never worked with me. Only saw my live reading. And Kathy, thank you. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, Gemma. This is great. I'm getting blab testimonials.
People are saying, for when you watch the replay, Kathleen said, Shweta's live readings are such a blessing.
Yeah.
Dina said, yes, I need to lose stress and worry. Get that stuff out of here. And Jamal says, I love Shweta. You better believe she has helped me at my lowest via Periscope. And remember, Shweta did not want to get on Periscope. So thank you for getting on there.
Yeah, this is great. Like you can see, these are real people. I'm not paying them to write me testimonial. I'm not doing it. And I'm getting seen, getting paid, and getting testimonials. I mean, you can beat that. Maybe you need to add that. Yeah, maybe you need to add that. Okay.
Just for, you gotta go.
No, you can ask me one more question. I'll go then.
Just one thing I was going to say for those people maybe who, you know, don't even know what the online world is. You know, you made a reference to it. I think that, you know, especially when people are in the 9-to-5 grind or in different areas, they don't even know that this online world exists. So since you touched on it, do you want to just say like what it is exactly for people who may not know, and then you can have
what the online world is?
Yeah.
Online world is basically everybody is getting more and more behind the computers. We're getting into a space of virtual reality. Is a reality that we experience more than our physical life, right? So most of the times we're behind the computer or whatever. So a lot of different services are now being targeted to people like you and me who might not actually even be watching TV. TV is getting outdated if you think about it, right? So everything is happening on Facebook. Once you start liking certain posts, those are the ads that come on your Facebook, right? They're targeting you. So it's targeting your marketing to the online world, to the online world of Periscope, Blab, Facebook, whatever it is. So you have a gift, you have a gift. You could be reaching people in Australia. I'm doing a reading for someone in London this week. I don't even think I told Aditi. I'm doing a reading for someone in London. It's online, right? This is how it's happening.
That's amazing.
The online world is just another name for a different industry that is replacing what we used to have. So physical stores, physical classrooms. So my courses could be called a physical classroom, but I have my option of doing it online. So it crosses time, boundaries, continents. It's really cool. Like super cool in that sense. And you know, you have a community. I mean, Tanuja is part of this course. So we all are frustrated and we're all frustrated. We hate everything. And then we're like, yeah, we're frustrated too. So you feel more support, you feel more love, and you don't feel like, you know, you're a loser. Like, why does everyone look like you? Sure, right now, Aditi, Tanuja and I are smiling. You know, we are like sitting down and we're like talking. But guys, this has come after a lot of frustration. But you know, it's also a labor of love. And Aditi does this because she loves to do what she does. She is truly passionate about spiritual entrepreneurs. That is why I recommend her. If you have the gift, she is a total champion for spiritual entrepreneurs, you know. So it makes me very comfortable recommending her, to be honest. That's what I would like to say.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Shweta. I know you have to run to a paying client right now, so.
Okay. Bye, Tanuja. Nice to meet you.
Bye. Thanks. All right. Hey, Tanuja. What's up?
Hi. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. This is fun to hang out after so long. See, we get to hang out online. How fun is that? This is our job. This is great. See, you guys, this could be your job. Getting on Blab, hanging out, talking about success. All right. All right. So Tanuja, you've been my friend before we started working together in both aspects, me working with you and you working with me.
Yes.
And so why don't we start with, I would actually love to hear your why. So Tanuja joined Get Seen, Get Paid, as well as she was one of my private coaching clients. And it's interesting because she actually took the first version of Get Seen, Get Paid, which used to be Amplify Your Brand, which was really more just about your brand. And I did that exactly a year ago. And that was the first time I had ever done an online course. And Tanuja has been part of the process from my beginning courses all the way till a year later now. And, she was asking me, do you think like I should be in this? Because, I've taken your course before, but I knew that there was going to be a lot more in this course. So I thought also a year later, you guys, your business can change so much. You can change so much. So I was like, no, let's absolutely get in there because right now you're at the perfect right moment for your success. And let's make sure we tighten everything up. And so that's kind of how she ended up coming into the course. And then I'd love to hear about the first week's activities because you had actually done that work a year ago. So let's talk about kind of the first week, which was the brand tuning week, where we really go over your why, your mission statement, and your core message, your elevator speech, all of that. So let's talk about how that was for you. And first, tell everybody what you do.
Yeah. Okay, so my name is Tanuja. I have a business that's focused around clean living, and my goal is to provide resources to people who are interested in living clean lives themselves. So clean living, and I also do, part of my business is also that I do healthy desserts, and I guess healthy desserts, I should say now, because I've upgraded. Yeah. I'm doing an echo. Do you mind muting yourself, Aditi, when you're not talking? I don't know if it's you or something on my end, but I can't concentrate if there's an echo. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I make healthy paleo-friendly desserts, and I'm all about living the clean lifestyle and sharing anything and everything I can about a clean lifestyle with people who care, basically. And Aditi is right. Like, so the way our relationship started was we met through nonprofit first, maybe. And then she became my client, and she ended up becoming my friend somehow. It was weird. It was like kind of a progression, but it was weird. And she ended up helping me through one of the toughest times of my life. And then she actually introduced me to Sweta, who helped me even more in a different capacity. And then I came back to Aditi for help in my business once I launched. So we've had
marketing too, right? I think you've talked about that before. And you were like, I don't know, you're in marketing as well. And you were like, I don't know if I need a marketing course. Like, I got this. So
yeah. No, my background is in marketing. I have a degree in marketing. There are parts of marketing that are my passion. There are other parts that are cool, but I don't really care about them that much. I don't care to be an expert in them. And, there are certain parts of my marketing that I've definitely outsourced. Design was one of them, brand design, all that stuff, left that to the experts. And when it came to doing all this writing stuff, that wasn't me. Like coming up with my why and my mission statement, all of that. Guys, I'm so sorry. I didn't even know that was like such an important part of marketing, but it actually is. And I don't think you realize that until you have a business of your own, because when you go to work for a company, all that stuff is already in place by the marketing team or the CEO that's already there, the brand strategists that are already there. So I see a question in the chat. What is clean living? That is an excellent question. Clean living means different things to different people. To me, it means living. I wrote it down because we came up with something for this. It's a very simple. I had to print everything out because I'm a mess.
That's fine.
When you live a clean life, you live a happy life. So that's what clean living is to me, and it's about being happy in your life, but more than that, being healthy as well, right? Like healthiness to me leads to happiness. It's like when you say cleanliness is next to godliness, it's the same thing with your body. Like, you clean up your body, you clean up everything inside. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but part of it's the sweat, part of it's the light, but I'm glowing. Like, I love my life, and all this is the product of that. So yeah, I'm really all about cleaning up your body and cleaning up the products that you use on your body, and cleaning up your thoughts and how you talk to yourself, how you talk to other people, just being a positive person. That's what living a clean life is.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying before that you didn't realize how important a mission statement is, and then.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the why, because that was one of the biggest things I struggled with. And like Aditi said, I've worked with her privately, and I've taken this course. I think this is my second time, right, taking this course. So it's incredible how many times it changed, the why. Mm-hmm. And really all of the things that we worked on, the mission statement and all of that, because I was evolving as a person. When I first started my business, I was one person. Over the past, I started in September 2014. And thank you. Yeah, I started in September 2014. And since then, I feel like things have changed for me at least 3 times, if not more. And I'm still evolving. We don't stop evolving.
Yeah.
I mean, once you stop evolving, you're dead. So, so I want to read my why to you guys.
Yeah.
And I don't have the old ones. I think the old ones are in a different document.
Okay.
But we did one for doing and then one for something else, right, Aditi?
Okay, so what we do in the course, you guys, is we do a why for why you do what you do, all right? And then we do a why for what makes you actually take action. Why do you take action? So the why that you take action is usually something more personal to you. Actually, they're both pretty personal, but actually, Tanuja's was a unique one, so she'll share with you what both of them were for her.
Mine's crazy, okay? You guys are going to think I'm a crazy person once I share this. But why I do this for, the outside world, I guess, the less personal one, if you will, is creating a clean life for myself allowed me to step into my purpose, and I want to show others who desire how to do the same, right? My more personal why, and this is really, really powerful for me, and you guys will hear it when I talk about it because it's intense. It's a little negative, but I think you guys will appreciate it. The world is in shambles from a health and wellness perspective, and they have to hear the messages I share. In the U.S. specifically, it impacts the strength of our defense system, our economy, and more personally, our intelligence and our well-being. And this goes really deep for me. It goes into all my expertise when it comes to food and politics and nutrition and healthcare and all the nitty-gritty that people take. We take others' word for it, and that's not acceptable to me. I think that we all need to take responsibility for our own health, and we don't always have the time to do that. So we have to have trusted individuals that we can go to. I feel like, I don't want to offend anybody here, but I don't feel like doctors are necessarily the most trustworthy people all the time. And it's not because they're not trying to do the best they can. It's just because they're not armed with the same information that I am or other people in my field are. So that is very personal to me, and that is what drives me every single day. And I think when we were going over these statements and doing the exercises, I was telling Aditi that, like, she was asking me, what is your why? What drives you or whatever? And I didn't come up with this answer right away. For me, it was like, it just feels like my responsibility. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's this strong pull inside of me. It's what I have to do. And it's the information I have to share. That it surprises me every single day how many people don't have it. So that's why.
And like, I've heard this before, you guys, like, if you feel so strongly that someone should be doing X, right? There's some quote that says, it should be you. If you feel it that strongly, that means it's your calling to make it happen. So what is the calling that you feel inside so strongly that you feel like it's your duty to put out there? Like, for me, it's marketing, right? Like, I feel like I see all of you with these beautiful gifts, and I'm like, more people need to know about you. Oh my gosh. Like, your gift can help so many people and they're missing out because they don't know about you. Let me help you get known, you know? And that's what Get Seen, Get Paid is really all about, is because when I first started my marketing brand from scratch, you guys, like I literally, all I focused on was getting seen. That's all I did for the first 6 weeks. I taught a free class every single week. I just wanted people to know who I was. I wanted to help. I wanted to teach marketing. And literally 6 weeks of me just doing that, by the end of the 6 weeks, I landed my first like $1,000 private client. And that was with no selling. Like she had already been seeing everything that I was doing, was drawn to me, emailed me herself and said, I want to work with you. So it's like, I truly believe, and that's why I so believe, like getting seen is what will get you paid. Because I say, look, if people have a need, right, or a want, and you're able to provide it, why waste their time on Google looking for their answers when they know about you, right? So if they just knew about you, you're saving them time and you're allowing yourself to live in your purpose and serve the way you wish to serve. So Tanuja, I know for you, you didn't really have much of a community per se. It was more like your email newsletter, but you didn't really like writing newsletters either. And I strongly teach, you know, like if something doesn't work for you, let's try it another way. Like I don't believe in a completely cookie cutter strategy. I believe certain components are very important, but how you deliver it can change from person to person. Like each of my clients are doing how they're getting seen in different ways. It's like we have similar things we do, but not really. They're all different. So Tanuja, could you talk about maybe, you know, you created your online community and how that's kind of shifted things for you, and you ran your first big challenge in the past 6 weeks as well?
Yeah, I want to add one more thing to what you said,
Yeah.
Aditi, like when you were talking about the whole Googling information thing. You know, I always used to think that. I always used to be like, oh yeah, you know, like why would they need me? Because I found a lot of this stuff on Google or through books or, you know, my own research, you know, through other people or whatever, professionals, experts. So why couldn't other people do the same? And what I'm realizing is that we actually discussed this in our mastermind tonight, was that people don't necessarily even know what questions to ask.
Yeah, they don't.
That's, you know, and when you have an interest, when you have a calling, you know, like my sister mentioned above in one of her comments, you know, when you have something so strong inside of you, it's pulling at you, then you have a duty. You have, first of all, you have the interest to collect all this information, and then you have the ability to kind of condense it into bite-sized, yummy pieces, love bites, that are easy to digest. Oh my God, it all fits together. That's such a beautiful little sentence for my brand.
It is a great sentence. This is being recorded, so you can go back and listen. And you know, I just remembered what Ramit says, and you know, Tanuja and I are huge followers of Ramit Sethi, and he's like I don't know what his official title is, but he's like a financial guru and like a psychology guru. And one thing he said is that people would sometimes, and some of you guys may fear this, right? Becoming an entrepreneur, you're like, but why would people come to me, right? And he even would say, you know, you may be able to find some of these things for free on Google, but I'm packaging it for you, saving you time, making it look pretty, and presenting it to you in a way that gives you actionable steps so you don't get overwhelmed. That's what you're paying for. And I thought that was so powerful, because so many of you guys and so many of my clients and so many of you who are watching this may feel like, well, what's the benefit of me doing this when you can find this information online? That is the benefit, because you actually enjoy, like Tanuja said, you have an interest in looking it up. And Shweta, since Shweta lives near me, we often are hanging out, and we'll be reading articles when we're like on our phones, and I'll be reading marketing stuff. She'll be reading energy healing stuff. And I'll be like, how do you know all this stuff about new moon, this, that, whatever? She's like, I read it constantly. She's like, why do you know about Periscope? Like, I'm like, I read it constantly. Like, it's just what I do, you know? So I'm like funneling this information into my head, and I'm bringing it to you in a simpler way. And that's what you're doing, Tanuja. That's what lots of people are doing. And of course, we're also creating our own things, but like, everything you do is of value. And I think the more we're able to see that value in ourselves is how we'll get more comfortable with getting seen. Because it's hard to even just get seen without, you know, having that that clarity for yourself of what you have to offer. I think a lot of people, I mean, when you come into my course, I do say you have to be committed and ready to do this. But of course, there are fears of like, who am I to do this? Why would anyone listen to what I have to say? You know, I've thought the same thing. I'm sure Tanu just thought the same thing. We've all thought the same thing, but yet here we are, you know, doing these things, teaching classes now. All of us have run our own challenges, have our own courses that we've launched. So it's really interesting to see how you can evolve from not thinking you're anything to now having this whole community that's like, Tanuja, tell me what I can eat and what I can't eat. You know, Aditi, what marketing strategy should I use for this? So it's pretty freaking cool.
Absolutely. And everything that you're saying is so right. Like, we take ourselves for granted. Like, we don't always know what we have to offer. And it's funny. My friend Laura's here tonight, and we're in the same mastermind, and we were all talking about this today, like that, you know, you don't recognize your own gift, your own value. And Aditi does help bring that to light, both for you and for other people to see. It's important for you to recognize it first, right? Yeah. So you can actually put it out there to others and really believe. So,
someone said something I really liked in the comments. I think the name is Nadeem, if I'm saying that right. He goes, if I can share one point, we're all in the business of changing lifestyles. People are investing in themselves by paying you for your time, talent, and skill. So that's another thing, you guys. Yes, people are willing to pay you to help them in whatever capacity it is. And it's starting to become more normal. Like maybe a couple years ago, people thought online courses were weird. There's still a huge group of people who have no idea this online world exists. Like my own parents are like, I don't know what the hell she's doing and how she's paying her bills, but she seems to be doing something, so I guess it's working. And you know, people don't know that this whole world exists, and I want to use this, and that's why I'm kind of doing this graduation party. I want to show you guys that it's possible for you. And I also wanted everybody in the course to take a moment to sit back and kind of celebrate themselves, because I think that we take all these courses and we just run through them and we move on to the next thing, and we forget to like kind of stop and be like, whoa, like I'm doing pretty good. Like I have worked through these blocks and I have worked through these things. And like, in terms of visibility for you, Tanuja, have you had visibility fears? I know sometimes with video you feel uncomfortable, or like what kind of blocks have you had with visibility, and how have you worked through them?
I'll be honest, I don't really have too many blocks with visibility. Yeah, I love being on camera. I love talking to people. But I will say that I have had fears around sharing my message because I don't always know how to articulate it. That's always been a really big problem for me. Even now, even though we've worked through all of this, it's something that I have to really try at. I'm just like, oh, you know, like this is what I do, blah, blah, blah. Like I treat it too casually. And this is one thing I've seen consistently from you and Swetha. You guys are so good. And even Nadia, who is the other? I haven't seen any of Dina's stuff yet, but, or not Dina, Dana's stuff. But yeah, I feel like Nadia, Swetha, and you are so good at packaging up exactly what you want to, like how you want to introduce yourself, and do it within like a minute or less. And I love that. And I watch it and I try to emulate it because it's so good, you know? And I think it's just one of those things that I never really concentrated on too much, but it has brought, like taking this course has definitely brought it up for me. So I have been focusing on it more and more. And I also want to add another thing that you didn't necessarily ask about, but I will. So I was a very bad student. I had scheduling conflicts and I was not able to attend like a lot of the classes, but I still got value out of this course. And I feel like the first two classes, and I did listen to some of the recordings, but the first two classes for sure, that's where like all the meat is. So if you feel like, oh, I don't have time to do this course, if you just go to the first two classes, you will get your money's worth. Let me just tell you that. It's worth it. You do see a big difference for sure. Yeah. So I think earlier you asked me about building an online community. Yeah. So yeah, that is something I didn't really have. I had my Love Bites by Tanuja fan page on Facebook, just like, Facebook page. And it had a pretty decent following. I think I had like 1,700 people on it or something like that. So it was pretty good. Some of it was paid, some of it was organic. A pretty good deal of it was organic, which is fantastic. But I didn't really have a place where I could like intimately communicate with my audience, like really answer questions and stuff like that. That group was not set up for that. So Aditi helped me. She actually came up with the name, the Love Bites Fan Club. I'm gonna put it in the chat here so you guys can go ahead and look at the page if you want. But the Love Bites Fan Club was basically, it's free. It's a community where people can get together and pick my brain a little deeper and just get more access to me. Yeah. And once you get into the Love Bites Fan Club, then you're directed to a private Facebook page where I think there's about like 60 people in there now. And I'm able to answer questions. I'm able to like successfully run challenges. And speaking of challenges, we did do a green smoothie challenge, I think
was it earlier this month, I think?
I think it was maybe, in the beginning of February or something. I think it was like 16 days. I can't really remember. I drink green smoothies every day.
Yeah.
Wasn't really too much of a challenge for me, but I guess at that time it was because I was just getting back into it after, the holidays and everything. So I ran the green smoothie challenge. I got over 80 signups within less than 2 days onto my list because I created an amazing freebie, which you guys can also get. Should I put that link here?
Yeah, go.
Do you think they'll want it?
Yeah.
Do you guys want my green
out loud as well? So in case anyone who's watching the video can.
Yeah. Green. I don't remember here. I need to type it in to remember it because it's off of my regular website. So it's lovebitesbytanuja.com/green-smoothie-guide. And I will put it in the chat here. You can see it's a little bit outdated in terms of the dates, but the information is still fantastic.
Would you say this was the most popular freebie you've ever created?
Yes, for sure. And I think it was positioned in such a way that it was reaching all the right people too, right? So I finally knew, because we worked on the ideal client profile also, or is that what you call it? Ideal client profile, ICP?
ICP, yeah.
Yeah. So because we worked on that, I was able to do very targeted Facebook ads. And I was able to, I didn't really spend that much on Facebook ads, to be honest with you. I spent like $5 or $7 or something like that. Most of it was organic. So that is really, it's a great thing. It's like people who have been watching me for a while and who are my friends on Facebook and stuff like that. They never really engaged with me before, but when I put this green smoothie guide out there, everybody became interested. It really shows like a different side of me. It shows like some recipes, and like when we were doing the challenge, we were doing pictures in the group and we did a contest. So I'm actually announcing the winner on Thursday on my blab. But we did a contest where where people could win a free dessert kit if they, I think it was 5. They had to take 5 pictures and tag me in them and do a hashtag and all that good stuff. So it was a cool way to run a contest. It was fun. It was engaging for everybody. Another thing that I will talk about is, what was I just saying? Oh, the blab thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So another product of being here was that I started doing blab interviews weekly. I call it my Love Bites Live Well interview series.
You launched your talk, kind of like a wellness talk show, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it's like a talk show. Yeah. And it's actually part 1. I have a much larger plan, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. Cool. But so definitely launched this Love Bites Live Well interview series. So if you guys follow me on Blab, then you'll get notifications once I get on. And every week on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central, I have an expert on in various different parts of the industry. One day I had a psychologist on. Aditi's going to be on my show actually to talk about self-love. And thank you. my sister is telling me that she loves my site, or like, oh, she likes the talk show. She likes the talk show. Yeah, and yeah, every speaker has been so fantastic. We had somebody from a CrossFit gym. We had, we're gonna have Laura on. She's an author about, and she'll talk about, I don't know if it's called the ketosis diet, like a high fat diet and everything. And then we had a psychologist on. Did I already say that? I don't know what I said so far.
I think we're gonna have on your show too at some point, right?
She will be, yeah. We had to reschedule her. I had a functional doctor on. Nadia will be on March 31st, I believe. Okay, cool. Lethal will be on too to talk about the importance of clean living and energy. So yeah, and Nadeem at some point. I don't know who that is. Oh, you want to be?
He wants to be on your show. Okay, maybe you just have another guest.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and I'm always adding more people. I am booked out through May 19th right now, which is awesome. Yeah. So every Thursday through May 19th, I have guests scheduled. So if you guys want to be on, if you have something to contribute to the health and wellness, happiness world that I share with my followers, I would love to have you on. Please join, please come. And yeah, email me, we'll schedule something.
Do you want to tell them your email? I think it's hello.
Yeah. You can find it on my site, but here, Love Bites.
So her website for people watching the video are lovebitesbytanuja.com. And then her email is hello@lovebitesbytanuja.com. So I know when we first started working together, maybe even just a couple months ago in the fall, compared to now, where do you feel like, do you feel more comfortable with marketing and strategies and, the direction to go in? Because I think when we first got together in November, I remember when we had kind of a long meeting, you were just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I just know I'm good and I have something to say and I don't know what to do after that.
I feel like that actually happened in February of last year, and then November of last year, 2015, was more targeted. Like I had more of a clear idea of what I wanted to do. It was just more about refining it. And that's when we went through all these exercises again, the mission statement, the why, the core message, all of that stuff. We went through it again, and it's good because I have the old ones on another document. And we compared the old ones with the new ones, and it's just fascinating to see how much I've changed, how much my audience has changed, and how I want to deliver my message. And Aditi really helped me to very clearly be able to communicate to exactly who I want to communicate to. I feel like there's something else that I wanted to add, but I can't remember right now.
Cool.
I don't remember.
Well, I mean, that was really helpful that you shared, you were really busy, but even just the first 2 weeks got your money's worth and I agree. I think it really, and I always tell people your marketing strategies are not going to work if you don't have the baseline foundation ready. Social media is not going to do anything for you if you aren't clear on your brand, if you're not clear on your audience, that's not going to do anything for you. So that was helpful.
I just thought of the other thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so Swetha and Aditi are really big into Periscope. I did Periscope in the beginning. I really didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I felt like it was so hard for me because I like the back and forth interaction.
Yeah.
And even being on other people's Periscopes is hard because I can't type fast enough on my phone, and they don't have a thing where you can type on your computer. So it was really annoying for me. So that's why I started going on to Blab. And now I'm planning to either have either a daily Blab show or an every other day kind of Blab show. So stay tuned for that. If you guys are interested, follow me. You'll get the notifications and all of that. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of a much better platform for me. And so that's one thing also is it's important to get all the information you possibly can, try things out, and then pivot if it's not working for you.
Exactly. I agree. And I'm all about that. I teach the Amplify Anthem inside the course, and the last thing is try it again, and try it one more time. Because sometimes the littlest tweak or something can make something work. And it's just interesting. So I truly believe that for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. I think you said you had to go. I think Nadia will be coming in soon. So if you have to go, that's totally fine. I will talk about get paid a little bit until she comes.
Cool. Thank you so much, Aditi.
Thank you for being here. Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining.
So I'm just texting Nadia real quick. We are on the Blab. See you soon. All right. So you're so amazing as an interviewing Tanuja. Blab, yeah, Blab was made for her. She is great on Blab. Thanks, I love Blab. Yeah, that's awesome. Chakrawanda is in the house. What is up? Chakrawanda, do you want to hype on camera? Because you've joined Get Seen, Get Paid Class 2. If you want to talk about what got you to join, would love to have you in here. I will open up the seat if you feel like calling in. So you guys, as I mentioned, Get Seen, Get Paid is my 6-week signature marketing program, all right? So we get your business ready to go, all right? Oh my God, I'm on my, I will try. Okay, so Chakrawanda may be joining us, right? I help you get your business ready to go, help you get visible, and help you get set up to get paid. All right, so Chakrawanda's coming in.
My goodness.
Hey!
I'm on.
You are. Oh no, wait, it just went away. Okay, she'll probably call in again. All right, so until we wait for her to come back, thank you for hanging out with us. And so what I was saying is GetSeenGetPaid.com. I must go now. Very enjoyable hearing you share some real truths about us. Oh, okay. Well, wonderful having you here. So you guys, I'm going to type the link in here, GetSeenGetPaid.com, all right? GetSeenGetPaid.com, all right? I freaking love the name. I told the angels that I wanted to have a signature marketing course. And first, I got this really crazy name that was like really not attractive at all. But then once I tuned into the angels, they gave me Get Seen, Get Paid. And I loved the title. And I was like, this has to have already been used. It's too good of a name. And I looked it up, wasn't used. And the URL was even available. I was like, wow, this really is like for me. This is my course. So I'm so happy to have the signature marketing course because I so believe in, you know, earth angels and people who really want to make a difference in the world. I feel so strongly to help people who feel this deep calling inside, feel this deep calling that they want to make the world a better place. You know, they may have gone through some struggles earlier in their life, or, you know, they may have learned something that's really transformed their life and now they want to go out and teach it out to other people, but they have no idea how to do that, right? So you saw Shweta speak earlier where she talked about how, you know, she has this gift. She doesn't know what to do with it, right? I was blessed to be able to experience her gift of energy healing. And when I did, I was like, oh my God, like everybody should be going to an energy healer. First of all, I didn't even know what the freak that was or what it did, but oh my God, the things that she's helped me through that I feel like no friend conversation could really help you through, maybe definitely not a therapist, like the energy healing gift that she has was so powerful. And I just felt very drawn that people need to know about, you know, this gift. And I feel like there's so many of you out there who have this expertise, have something that you're really good at, but you don't know what to do after that, right? So that's what Get Seen, Get Paid is going to help you with. Now, Get Seen, Get Paid is not only for beginners, it's also for advanced people who've been in business for a couple of years, because what happens is people haven't always done the groundwork of branding and getting clear on their audience. And once you do is how your marketing results will catapult. All right, because you can have all the Twitter strategies, all the Instagram strategies in the world, but if you don't have like a strong foundation, right, that really explains what it is that, you know, you do and what your mission is and what your elevator speech is, all of that, right? If you don't have clarity on that, if you're not able to articulate what you do in a way that people can understand, right? Because if you just when people first come to me, I find that they babble on about what it is they do or what they have to offer. But after they work with me, they're able to condense it into like a 3-sentence, introduction, which you can use in your marketing. You can use that in your videos, in the beginning of your videos. You can use it when you meet people in person, when you network, and etc. And honestly, when you carry yourself very confidently, when you feel good about what you do and you're able to articulate it, people are attracted to confidence. So sometimes it's the clarity plus the confidence that really allows you to get seen and then eventually get paid as people get to learn about you and your expertise and how you can help them with their stuff, And another thing I teach is that many people tend to speak to their audience in a way that they speak, all right? So you are the expert. That means that the way you speak about what you do is very different than the way people receive information, all right? So people only think about the problems that they have and the things that they're struggling with, right? So if you're telling them how you can help them in the way that you know of your expertise, like you're like, well, this will save your life, this will change your life, this will help you. But they are speaking about their problems in a way that's like, well, I don't really need that. I just need help with my relationship. But you're like, but this can help your relationship. But people are like, I don't understand the correlation, because it could be something like, I don't know, the way you use clean products can, help you with your relationships. And there may not be a correlation to your audience, but it may be very clear to you how that's going to happen, right? So it's very important to be able to communicate to your audience in a way that they can understand. So we go through that in Get Seen, Get Paid, right? The first week we do brand tuning, which is really getting clear and having a strong brand foundation. Bye, Tanuja. And the second week, we get clear on your audience, all right? We get clear on the people that you are trying to reach, that you want your message to go to, your ideal client. And you may say, you know what, I want my message to go out to everybody. But what I teach is that if you're marketing to everybody, it means you're marketing to nobody, okay? Because what happens is your message will be too vague that nobody will feel like it's talking to them. Because the effect you want on people, you want them to feel like it's not a public service announcement to everybody. You want people to feel like you're literally picking up the phone and calling them. You're literally calling them on the phone. Sorry, Chakrawanda. It looks like the seat was locked. Chakrawanda, are you able to dial back in? So you want to be able to speak to them in a way they feel like that you're speaking to them directly on the phone. Like that's the feeling and effect you want them to have. But that won't happen if everybody's your target market. And that's why it's important to narrow down on that. And I know a lot of you who've been in the online world may already know that, but you just don't know how to get clear on that or how to move forward or what to do. And lucky you, you will have me live coaching every week in the course. So I will help you narrow that down, right? And I work with angels. So I do combine my angelic guidance and intuition with my marketing expertise, right? So in this past class, there was something that, one of the students was creating with her ideal client. And I felt that I was getting some guided messages about how it can be more refined and how it should include X, Y, and Z. So I will bring that in with my coaching, all right, to help you, really align yourself with your soul. And I will never tell you to do anything that makes you completely uncomfortable, right? If you're not ready to do something right now, that's completely fine. But we work through it. We want to identify, and we identify in the course when it's a fear versus when it's like, you just, a fear versus not being able to just do it for whatever reason it might be. You're just really not ready. So we want to work through it. We want to work through the fears that come up. We want to work through it so you can Oh, thanks, Shamad. You want to work through it so you can put yourself out there. Because let's face it, you guys, how long do you want to keep this dream inside of you? Like, are you ready to launch this dream? Like, are you ready for you to start living the life that you've been like dreaming about forever? Now is the time. 6 weeks may seem like a short amount of time, but you'll be surprised at how much and how many results you can get in these past 6 weeks. And the energy of the group is so powerful because there's so many people together who are just committed and dedicated like you know? And having that like-minded group of people is so helpful when you're going through a journey like this, because there are times you're gonna feel super lonely and you're just gonna feel like, I just feel so alone. I just feel like nobody understands what I'm going through. But you'll have a group of people who will understand what you're going through. And you guys will get to, you know, have a little bit of venting together, because there is a little part of it that, you know, maybe isn't fun. And you grow through it. You grow through it together. You go through the process together. You succeed together. You cry together. All of that. And it becomes a little family in the course. Like in Get Seen, Get Paid, each and every week, I'm going to be live coaching you guys and, you know, working through the exercises and the activities. You're going to be literally doing work each week. So I'm not just throwing stuff at you and I'm like, sayonara, good luck, right? No, I am asking you to do the activities, bring it to the office hours, and we're going to look at it and refine it together. So you feel good, you get the clarity that you want, and you get the confidence. You know, I've been in marketing for 13 years. I've been on so many associations. I've been on a nonprofit at the North America level. I was a VP for this one nonprofit. So I've done a lot of this work, right? It's almost second nature to me in many ways. It's very natural to me to do these business activities, these marketing activities. So you don't have to really do it alone and take that burden upon yourself. It can feel so overwhelming. All these podcasts, all these YouTube videos, it's just like, where do I start? What do I do? I give you the structure so you can see and just follow that. Right? If you prefer just being handed a structure and want to just be told what to do, you'll get all of that in the course, but you'll also have room to listen to your intuition. You know, there have been times in the course where people were like, yeah, this doesn't feel right for me, or this does, etc. You know what I mean? And I actually just remembered Dana, who is one of the participants in the course, she actually couldn't make it live, but she did write something up for us. So she can tell you about her experience. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it out loud for you guys. Let me find that for you. All right, so here's what she says. She goes, so she says the reason she couldn't make it is because she just wrapped up a very successful first challenge. So you guys, she is a meditation mentor and she has been wanting to do this work and really just get into it for a really long time. And she felt like now is really the time to take action. I'm ready to do this. So she launched her first challenge, and what she did was a 7-day meditation challenge called Meditate with Ease, I believe. And wow, so last time I had spoken to her, she had about 100 signups for her challenge, which is huge. When you're just signing up, getting 100 people to sign up is like gold. She says her final number is 116. That's so amazing. Congratulations, Dana. So she goes, I had over 116 signups from organic marketing due to getting visible. So getting seen, you guys, getting visible and asking people to spread the word. So she did no paid ad, you guys. She paid nothing, okay, to get 160 people on her email list who signed up for her challenge. That's incredible. So she goes, I'm also creating my first passive income product, which is a bundle of meditations and my emotional crisis toolkit. That sounds amazing. I want an emotional crisis toolkit. She goes, my call to action from the challenge based on the feedback. So what she did is through the challenge she was running, she got feedback on what it is that people were interested in and they wanted, and based on that is how she's creating this first product. So based on the feedback I got throughout the challenge, not just some offering I pulled out of thin air. And that's one thing we talk about in Get Seen, Get Paid, you guys. You want to create stuff that your audience actually wants. You don't want to just create things out of the wazoo and just throw it out there. Like, that is setting yourself up for failure for sure. All right. And then she goes, She said, I got over my fears and I did my first video and recorded meditations. And you guys, Dana was so resistant to getting on video, but she was like committed. So I always say, you guys come committed, I'll help you with the rest. And she was like, I was committed and I am ready to do this. All right. So, and she did all of this. She said, I did all of this in the past 6 weeks while we were in the program, which is so incredible. So see the results that you can potentially get. She got so many signups. Oh, you're using your laptop now. Okay, so let me open. I think the seat is open, Chuck. I want to try calling in. So those are the results that, okay, here we go. Those are the results that Dana got from being in Get Seen, Get Paid. Hi.
Hey.
Nice to see you on your laptop. What's up?
I was actually in the car eating a candy bar on the way from Walmart, listening to the whole thing. So thanks for your patience. Then I had like 2 seconds left of battery went out on the iPhone. But anyway.
Cool. So I thought since you joined Get Seen, Get Paid, you signed up last week. We start tomorrow. I thought maybe I can get you on here and, you know, you can tell me kind of what attracted you to Get Seen, Get Paid, what got you to sign up, and then we'll talk more.
Well, basically, I don't know how long it's been since I found you. And
I think like 4 weeks. It hasn't been long.
Right? Yeah, and Nadia. And I started hearing about the crap cleanse.
Crap cleanse.
Yes. And then participating in your challenges. And for me, I'm one that, you know, I have to have something to follow task-wise. I mean, I do better that way. Right. So I enjoyed the Periscope challenge and then this last visibility, but mostly because of seeing your progress of how you communicated and was very transparent. I mean, even in the crap cleanse, the emotions, the shifts and changes, but all through it, basically, you were totally transparent about every step that you were going through. And from that, each became a tool and a lesson that you were able to deliver to people. Your commitment, your passion, your sincerity.
Oh, thank you.
Got it from me.
So more than me talking about my clients, it was me being transparent that got you more to sign up. That's good to know. I'll keep good. Cool.
So I'm excited. Go ahead. You had a question?
What are you excited about? What do you hope to get out of the program?
Oh, moving out of my own comfort zone. You know, especially in the challenges where you helped us to learn to communicate our why. And as I had to develop that, I actually got to thinking even more deeply, why, you know, and is it coming across clearly enough? Again, as spiritual entrepreneurs, we have that passion. We recognize what's calling us, but are we really getting out there in an appropriate way or a way that suits us? Right. You know, and I like how you say you don't do it in a cookie cutter fashion because we all are not the same.
Exactly.
So yeah. So it's gonna push me past my own comfort zone.
It absolutely will.
You know, I've been doing this work for a long time, but not completely consistent when it comes to online, you know. And I've been a healer for since 2004, but it's been so physical. And I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying the online. I'm enjoying what I've done so far on Periscope, just seeing the increase. I think I posted it from the Periscope challenge. Yes. So, gosh, my numbers increased 50% as far as number of followers each week during that Periscope challenge.
Right. So for those of you watching the video, I hosted a Periscope challenge 2 weeks ago, and I basically had everyone do a specific thing each and every day, and I helped everyone kind of work through their fears. And really, I was teaching that we're not on Periscope just to babble on forever, right? You're there for a reason. You're there to create a community, and you're there to invite people into your community. So how do you do that? So, you know, we talked about the different strategies, telling people what we do and how our work can benefit them and how they can learn more, how they can sign up for, let's say, your email list, and how people can work with you deeper. And I think sometimes we forget about that last part, right? We're getting seen, but then how do we actually get paid? Like, both of them need to be there in order for us to achieve the results that we want. So in the course, we're going to do all of that. Like literally I said, week 1 is brand tuning. Week 2 is audience clarity. Week 3 is actually visual bravery. So we're actually moving through all of our visibility fears, our fears of being successful, all of those blocks that come up that maybe we're not completely aware of and that stop us from getting seen and getting paid. So we go through that in the middle of the course. And then the following week, we talk about your business structure. So, you know, do you have a system set up that makes it easy for people from social media to come into your community? Do we make it easy for people to pay you? Is it easy for people to book a session with you or buy your product if you have a physical product? How easy is it for a customer to work with you? So that's kind of what we work on in the business structure. But we also talk about your offerings. Should I create a course? Should I do a challenge? Should I create a self-study course, or should I make a workshop? What should I do? And I talk you through everything I know in here, and then you take that information, you think about what it is that you want to do, and then we talk through it. I coach you through it. I coach you through, help you with pricing and all of that kind of stuff that's really daunting for us, you know, empaths and angel entrepreneurs. Yes. And then that last week, we talk about the actual marketing strategies. So, you know, what marketing strategy should I use? What should be my marketing plan? So I lay out basically, so I'm glad, Chakrawana, you told me that me being transparent is actually what has gotten you to, you know, want to come and be a part of this, because sometimes I'm like, am I sharing too much? Or I was like, I feel like I want to though, because I want people to see what goes on behind the curtain, right? Like, what's the point of me? Yeah, like, what's the point of me being like, woohoo, I made $7,000, like, you know, without telling you guys the backstory that, yo, my cable went out 3 times. Like, this is for real. Like, I'm just a normal person who, like, literally couldn't pay her rent 3 weeks ago, and 3 weeks later, I closed, you know, close to $7,000 in sales, and it's pretty crazy because I didn't even know if this was gonna work. I was just like, I literally took the biggest leap of faith. Like, I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but things have been moving, things have been happening. You guys have been coming, so it's just like, okay, the divine is rewarding me that I'm doing the right thing. So it's pretty cool. And this is round 2. Yeah.
Well, I would like to say in addition that I feel strongly that I would benefit from coming in to connection with you at this time, because I got a feeling, I know for sure that the Get Seen, Get Paid programs that, you know, other people coming behind us will not maybe have as much of a benefit access to you, because it's blowing up. So I want to get in the wave right now.
You're right. Get in the wave
right now.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go now. I'm going to just listen, okay?
All right. See you later. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, I'm still listening. Thank you, honey.
All right. Bye. Mm-hmm. And actually, Chakrawana is absolutely right, because my goal is to turn this into a self-study course at some point, maybe even really soon. I'm thinking about doing it next, because I believe that me being physically present is maybe limits the amount of time it can be taken, and making it a self-study course will make it available to more people, even when I'm not available to be there live. So right now, you have the added benefit that I will actually be there holding your hand each and every week. So if you feel stuck on something, you're not going to be alone, because I'm going to be available to live coach you through whatever it is you're stuck with, all right? So I'm going to give you guys the link one more time as I'm talking through this, because I know there's new people popping in. Get Seen, Get Paid is the course right now that I'm talking about, and doors close tonight in just 2 hours. All right, by midnight, doors are going to close. So if there's anybody who really feels like they're really committed and ready to see some serious results in their business, and they want to get seen, they want to get paid, they want to become more visible, now is the time to jump in. The full price of the course is $695 right now if you pay it in full, but you also have an option to make 2 payments of $375. All right, the first payment would go through tonight, and the second payment wouldn't be until 4 weeks from now. All right, so it is possible. It is very affordable right now. I'm gonna be moving into a model where it's a self-study course, and I won't necessarily be available for live coaching every week. And otherwise, to work with me is a couple $1,000s to work with me privately, right? So you're going to get that same attention on your business by coming into this course. You're going to get a lot of attention on your business. So you won't be alone. You won't have to face all these hurdles alone, because, man, you guys, the entrepreneurial journey can be so lonely. It can be so scary. It can be so overwhelming. Like, I've had so many breakdowns literally in the past 7 weeks. It's been really tough, but it's also been super rewarding. But I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't have the support system that I have right now of people who are also entrepreneurs, right? Because they get it, you know, and you're going to be a part of a community of people who really get it. And now is the time to like jump in and just give it all you got. Like, are you ready to do whatever it takes? Like, how bad do you want this? I want people in there who are really committed, who really want this, and who are ready to do the work. So if you feel like, you know, you have too many priorities right now, this is something that you'd like to do, don't take it right now. Right now is not the time. I only want people in the course who are ready and dedicated to do the work, to show up and support each other, because that's what it's all about. And who knows where you'll be 6 weeks from now. You may have $7,000 in your bank account. You know, the potential is limitless. You could grow a community of people who know you. Chakrawanda said when she did the Periscope challenge with us, her followers literally increased by 50% from what she was doing earlier. All right, so it makes a huge difference when you dedicate yourself to doing the work, getting clear on your brand, and getting seen. All right, so if you guys have any questions at all about marketing, about business, about the course, Get Seen, Get Paid, go ahead and pop it in the chat box. I'm so happy to answer any of it for you. And I will also mention, you guys, I am turning 30 in 2 months. AKA, I am doubling all of my prices because I am going to be a year older and wiser. And that gives me all the right to double my prices. So now is the time to get in, you guys, because the price point is lower than it's going to be in the future. So now's the time to take it, because I don't know when I'll be doing it live again in the next, I don't know, it may even be in the fall perhaps. I have no idea. Right now I have no plans of when I'm going to relaunch it. All right. So if you want to get in, now is the time. In these next 6 weeks, we're going to do the work, get it done, and bring you some results. Oh, you increased 50. Okay, so Chakrawanda corrected me. She said she increased 50% each week after that. Amazing. So Chakrawanda says, it's the perfect time to benefit from connection with the DP. I love that. How committed are we to ourselves? Exactly. And Kathleen says, that's awesome. I agree. Cool. Well, I have told you guys my story. I literally went full-time in my business 8 weeks ago now, I think it is. 7 to 8 weeks ago. And I had no idea how I was going to do this, but I was committed, I was dedicated, and I was like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to try things, right? So in the course, I literally teach you everything I did that worked. All right. So I teach you exactly what I've done to build my business, to build my brand. You know, in the course, you're going to learn how exactly you can position yourself as the go-to person. You can position yourself as the go-to person so people can come to you when they need advice about whatever it is that you teach, whatever it is your niche is. So you can build a community of people. I'm actually proud each time you tell more about yourself, almost like I know you. Oh, I love that. So yeah, you guys, and I think, like, really being transparent has been kind of part of my marketing plan, Jama. And I think it's cool that you guys say that, because that just confirms to me that this works, right? Me being honest and vulnerable and true with you guys. And I'm not telling you guys things that make complete no sense in terms of what I'm doing, right? It relates back to the work that I'm doing. It relates back to what I do and how I can use my gift to help all of you. And Chakrawanda said that too, like you being transparent and sharing your story is really what's drawn me to you. And it's helpful to know that, because that means I'll continue doing it more. And literally, like, I think I remember the 3rd week of January, I had like $120 in my bank account, like that's all. And I think like literally half of it went to my bills. And then I literally, there was this opportunity that came up to present at a virtual summit, but you had to pay to be a speaker on it, right? And the payment was $64. And I was like, I don't know if it's a good idea to literally put the rest of the money I have in this summit. Like, what about food? I gotta eat, I gotta like live, you know, what am I gonna do? And when I talked to the angels and my energy healer, it was very strongly guided that yes, you need to sign up for this. So literally after I paid my bills, I literally had $63 and like, oh, sorry, $63 and like 50 cents in my account. So I was 50 cents short. I had to borrow 50 cents from a friend so I could pay to be a part of the summit. And literally after I was a part of that summit, like things just started blowing up. Like I sold my first digital product through Periscope. You know, I signed my biggest client. I signed 2 private clients who do private coaching with me. And, you know, I signed people into this course, and like things just kept moving. More and more people just kept coming, and I just kept showing up. I kept, you know, putting myself out there. I kept teaching. I kept listening to, you know, all of you guys and what it is that you guys were struggling with. And I tried to couple that. I was trying to find the sweet spot between what I can teach you and what it is that you wanted to learn. And I started creating, you know, free classes where I would teach you, you know, like, as you guys know, I did a webinar class a few weeks ago, because a lot of people were like, well, I want to do webinars and I don't know how. Or they would say, I want to expand my reach with my business, but I don't know what to do. And I was like, well, webinars is the way to go, because that's how I've been doing it. I think it's an amazing way for people to really get a chance to like learn what you're like when you teach, and learn if they like your style, because that's kind of the part of it. People need to know who you are to know if they're drawn to you, right? So part of you putting yourself out there is letting people know what's available. And I know one thing, Chakrawanda, when you had talked, I always bring this up, and I'm always going to bring it up because I love it. I remember at one point when we were talking about marketing, you were like, I don't like the word marketing. You know, it just feels like you're like taking a fish net and you're catching fish, you know? And I was like, you know what I was going to say? Yeah, exactly. I'm going to use this all the time because I think it's so good. I feel like it's true. Like people do feel that way about marketing. I felt that way about marketing for a long time until I kind of shifted. Because, you know, if you think about marketing to be sleazy, then, you know, you're just going to end up potentially staying where you are, right? So how can we shift our mindset to use something that could actually benefit us? So I told Chakrawanda, I was like, I don't like to think of marketing as, you know, taking a fish net and catching fish, because it could be that in some industries, but it doesn't have to be that way for you, all right? So what I teach is that marketing is really like you're a lighthouse and you're just turning your light on. You're letting everybody know that you exist, that you're present. And then what you're doing is you're simply handing out invitations to everybody in the village or more, and you're inviting them to come check out your lighthouse, come get a tour, and see if they like what they see. They can stay, they can have some dinner, they can take some pictures, you know, they can hang out, they can benefit from the services that the lighthouse, you provide. And that really puts it in a way that makes you be like, oh, well, if I'm just turning on my light, I can do that. That doesn't seem sleazy, right? And I mean, do you guys think that what I have been doing does anything about my, you know, messaging to you guys can tell me in the chat, is anything seem sleazy about it? Because I think that, you know, I really teach what I practice. So the marketing strategies that I use are the ones that I teach to you guys, right? So does anything feel sleazy about what I do? You can let me know, you know, in the comments, because If it doesn't, then you know that there is another way. And that's what my goal is, to show you that there is another way. All right. I keep it real. Awesome. Absolutely not. Okay, great. Thank you. Oh my God, Nadia's here. Hey, Nadia. If Nadia is able to hop onto the camera, then that would be awesome. I left the seat open, Nadia, so if you happen to be home, you can totally dial in and we can have you up here. And so I want to show you guys that there really is another way. She better have her crown on, I know. And because you guys, so many people can benefit from your gift. And oh, you're still at work, okay. Oh, you can't hear. Okay, so you can't even hear what I'm saying. All right. So, you know, people think that, you know, people don't even put themselves out there because they're afraid of, you know, what they may come off as, you know. And you know what? Some people, let me say this, some people will be triggered by you pitching yourself, by you being in your light, and by you being comfortable in your skin. Because people get threatened by confident people. Okay, so there will be a little bit of that, but it's only going to be a little bit. I mean, you guys can see how much my brand has grown in the last 7 weeks. And I have barely gotten any backlash, barely, you know. And I think it is partially because of me being real with you guys and me being authentic and showing up and genuinely, you know, trying to teach. And I think all of you guys are very genuine people. Like, I believe because I practice being authentic and genuine is why I attract people like that too. So you guys have nothing to worry about. You guys are all very genuine, authentic people. And it's a matter of just letting people see that, letting people see that light that's inside of you, letting people come in and benefit from your service. Because people are really, I remember reading this too. It's like they literally said, by you not sharing your services, you're doing a disservice to everybody. So you're doing a disservice by not letting people know how you can help them. Think about how many lives you could be saving. Think about how many lives you could be changing with whatever it is you have to offer. People are suffering. People want to be helped, and people are in a place where they feel really lost, and all of you can help them, whether that's through nutrition, through art, through healing, through coaching, through anything and everything. The strong feeling that you feel inside is on purpose. You feel that calling because that is needed on this planet. Whatever it is that you're feeling to teach is because it needs to be taught, and it needs to be taught by you, not anyone else. Through just being present and listening. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I've said this before, where people feel that, you know, someone else is already saying this message. But the thing is, I very strongly believe that everybody has their own following. All right. So there's all these marketing strategists out there. Why are you guys following me? Right. I have a group of people that are drawn to me. There's a group of people who are drawn to every other marketing expert out here. There's enough to go around for everybody. All right. So if you think, oh, you're just another nutritionist, you're not just another nutritionist, because you can only deliver the information that you have in your way. And there's people out there who will be able to receive it only from you and not anyone else. Because I do believe in soul contracts. I do believe in that type of stuff where, you know, there's certain people you're meant to learn from them. Like, think about Jack Canfield and Louise Hay. They both talk about love and affirmations and etc., success, but they teach it in very different ways, and different crowds are attracted to different teachers. All right. So it's the same for you guys. I'm the easiest to love. The others get kind of annoying. All right, well, that's good to know. You guys, I always feel like you give the most value without an agenda. I really don't have an agenda, you guys. Sometimes I think like I should have an agenda, and I'm like, am I rambling? Because I usually, it's like sometimes I will have 3 to 5 points written down, and other times I'm just like talking. And today I'm literally just talking. I have no script. I have nothing written down, but I have a general idea of, a pro and a con. So I have a general idea of what I want to share, but I I think that's pretty much it. I think we're going to wrap up soon. Looks like Nadia won't be able to join us, but I will say that, you know, she was a student in Get Seen, Get Paid Class 1. She was the one who launched her business. She did not have a business before she started, but she knew what her gift was. And she joined and she started her business and she got her first, like, she ran her first challenge. She did her first live interviews. She, got her first couple of signups for her coaching. So she's been doing phenomenal. She's actually also one of my private coaching clients. So we're working on some stuff that she's going to be launching next week. Huge, huge stuff. Like compared to where she was 6 weeks ago and just doing like nothing and just saying that she has this blog. She was scoping, but there wasn't really anything further than that. So now she's really allowing herself to step into the gift that she has. And it's so beautiful to see. So that's kind of where she is and what she's been doing. And yeah, so you guys, 2 more hours, GetSeenGetPaid.com. I'm going to put the link in one more time and I'm going to sign off. GetSeenGetPaid.com. And that's it. Tonight's the last night to sign up. I would love to have you as a part of the group. Again, don't know when I'll be offering it again, and the price will probably be doubled next time. So go ahead and sign up, and I will see you in there, and I'm so excited. All right. I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for being a part of this blab. And I also teach free marketing classes. If you want to join the group, you can join at themarketingangel.com if you're not ready to sign up for Get Seen, Get Paid right now. So I'll put that in here. You're so welcome, Chakrawana. Thank you, Jamad, and thank you everybody for being here live. So happy to be here. There's 49 people here right now. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. Go ahead and check out my marketing course and see if it's a good fit. If you're drawn to it, please do join us. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and catch me at Aditi at amplifywithaditi.com. Hey, Elevation Coach, good to see you in here. So amplifywithaditi.com. So Elevation Coach, I know you were asking me a question. If you wanted to chat, I can chat with you on there. So I'll do that. All right. Thank you guys. Bye.